I'm on. Come on in, join me. Welcome to the house. It's time for TNT, right? Thursday Nitro training. Time for the charge, man. It's time for the charge. Time to make big boom, boom. That's right. It's time to have a little bit of fun, right? It's time to give it up for everyone that comes and joins. Right, if necessary, right, we want to get the elephant out of the living room, and if you don't behave yourself, I'm going to call the cops on you. Good to have you. I'm waiting for you to join me. I would imagine you're going to be popping on any second. I'm on my over-the-top page. The first person in the house is Melissa D. Good to have you, Melissa. Hi to you, girl. Good to have you. And I'm sure there'll be others joining us as well. If you're new to TNT Thursday Nitro, we hang out every night, every Thursday night for about 20-25 minutes. I'm going to do just a few minutes of monologue. And man, do I have an exciting show for you guys tonight, right? So while I'm waiting for people to come on, I think I'm going to make good use of time and just kind of sort of review what we covered last week. You know what? It feels like it's been a year since I was hanging out with you a week ago, because I've spent tons of hours either on the phone. Shannon Woosley, she's in the house. Right, Shannon, thanks for coming to hang out with me. You got the rest of the gang from Shannon Alexander's. Yes, she says hi, MC. Barbie Horseman is coming to join me. Good to see you, Miss B. You're going to come in and help me make big boom boom. I've got Shannon. I've got Barb. Chuck, he's in the house. Chucky. I'm going to say, hey, Chuck, you know what? I'm going to be talking a little bit about you tonight. Sarah Hooper's in the house. Good to have you, Sarah. Woo-hoo. All right. Well, listen, while we're waiting for the rest of the gang to join, I'm going to make a good time. Dawn Panfill, whoa. Hey, Dawn, you're in the house. Good to have you, too, because I'm going to be setting things up as we go along. Connie saying love, love, love. So all of you are coming in. You're sending me the likes. You're sending me the love. You're sending me the wows. Jackie A, hi to you, girl. Good to have you. Thanks for coming hanging out with me. Jackie A, you're going to help me make big boom, boom. Let's get the charge going. The charge going. I want to have a little bit of fun with you tonight, right? Right? And then I also want to make sure that we give a round of applause, because I'm going to be bragging on about 9 of you tonight. So, Terry, good to have you too. Oh, you missed me. I know I did, and it's good to have you back. So, very quickly, if you're new to joining us, I want to tell you what you missed, give you a heads up, and tell you to go back and watch the last 3 or 4. This is actually Michael Cole, Facebook Live number 19. And I got a great program for you this evening. I would highly recommend that if you haven't watched 18, 17, and 16, they're kind of the on-ramp to the 19th one tonight. Heck, watch them all, because they're very, very cool. I know that because a lot of you are telling me that the ones that have been watching this, you're starting to make big money already, and I'll be talking more about it. Megan, good to have you. Pamela, good to have you too. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Aaron D., you joined us as well. Terry Jeffrey Gonzalez, good to see you. Oh, you missed me. I know I did. All right, so I want to get into this so I make good use of time. We're already 5 minutes into the ride. Aaron, good to have you too. So the idea on everything that I give you is to help you to make more money. I'm looking around to see where my pointer is. So every idea that if you hang out here, it's not a question of if, it's just a question of how much more than $10,000 are you going to make in the next 365 days. I'm talking about take-home pay now. Some of you are already, there's a few of you tonight that are already trending a $15,000 to $20,000 increase in your annual pay. And you know who you are, Emily. I'm going to be bragging on you in a little bit. Aaron, good to see you. Mackenzie, I know you're stoked. I am too. So it's all about the money. It's not about the money, but it's all about the money, right? And the goal is making more money by filling up your book, And our mantra is, it's not how filled your book is, but it's what your book is filled with. And so we're going to show you how to get the most amount of money out of the shortest period of time, so you really earn the kind of money that you're worth earning. So good to have Desiree. Oh, Desiree, you're in the house. Good to see you. Audrey, you say big boom boom, and so do you, Sheriff. So I'm going to keep on going. So those of you that kind of missed the ride, we were talking about this concept. In your book, we used to call them openings, and now we're calling them windows of time, or watts. You're going to hear me use the word watt, and that means windows of time. And some of these windows of time are already filled in with clients that have rebooked. And then, if you're just getting started, you probably have more open watts or more inventory than you do filled. So the idea is we want to fill them up. And then if you're really, really booked, we want to start looking at what's in your windows of time to see if we can start remorphing your clientele to help you to make the most amount of money and with the least amount of effort. We call it working smarter, not harder on steroids, right? Frank, you're in the house. Jennifer, good to have you hang out with me. Jennifer B. Muriel, you all as well, and Mandy and Muriel. Let's keep going to work. Now, I was giving you in the last program just an idea that when you fill up 10 windows of time a week and the average window is worth $100, well, all of a sudden, boom, you're at $1,000 lickety split, and you're able to do that in probably 15 out of 30 hours. But as you start filling up that book, just even 12 a week windows of time, all of a sudden that's $110 for $110 a window at $1,300 a week. This is how we grow. We start filling up our windows of time. So that just kind of gave the potential of it. We covered that. Those of you that are joining us, Jackie A, Kirsten, Karen Hall. Hi, Michael from NB. Good to have you here, Karen. And then I want to be talking about what I did for tonight. Shannon Woosley, I know you're in the house, and I know that Dawn from Hair and Body Solutions and Shannon Woosley from Shannon Alexander, and I'm not sure yet if Chris Gallio from Stilettos, but all week long I was talking to you guys. Oh, and I was talking to Lori Green from Mel Marie, and you were sending me a lot of stuff as we were studying what was going. So it's been a year since I've seen you, all of you, last Thursday. So what I did is I asked 9 stylists to send me some stuff so that I could coach them on it and on Facebook Live, and in the process coach you as well. So I'm just going to welcome you to take the ride. 3 of these stylists are kind of like in the 3rd level. Those of you that aren't summit salons, we have this level system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4A, 4AA. And it basically, as you build and make more money, you kind of go up in levels, you raise your price. Those of you that are summit salons, you've got a home court advantage tonight. If you're a summit salon and you have a coach, your home court advantage on steroids. If you're in a summit salon but you haven't had a coach in a while, this is why you're going to want to revisit and get your coaches to come in, because these are the conversations. These are the new conversations that we've been having. And if you're back there going, what in the hell is a summit salon? You're going to want to have a conversation with your sales consultant, either your salon-centric sales consultant, your state or RDA sales consultant, and have a conversation about what Summit is and get in that. Now, do you have to be on Summit to benefit this? No, it just gives you a little bit more traction. Having said all that, I've got 3 examples of people that are kind of in the 3rd level, and I'm going to be coaching you. I've got some examples of people that are in level 1 and 2, and then I've got some examples of people that are in 4 and 4A. So let's go to work. Now, with regard to filling windows of time, here's the latest, greatest OMG that we had this week. That there's really 2 ways. How many ways to fill a window of time? 2. One of them is what we're calling filling the window of time by upselling a service. So if I've got a 10 o'clock window and there's nobody in it, but I have a 9 or a 9:30 client and they're down for a haircut. So the idea is, if I want to fill that 10 o'clock window of time, I pretty much need to upsell the haircut on my 9:30 and see if they've got time, I've got time to do something that goes beyond the haircut. Now, whether that's color or whatever. But that was one of the ways We've been filling up windows of time, and we've been doing that for many, many moons if you've been hanging out with me. I mean, I've been on this rant for like 30 years, and it was all about upselling, and we would call that the traditional way of filling a window of time is upsell the client that's on the front end of the window. We call that traditional. So that's how we fill the watt by upselling services. But there's a newer way that's gaining momentum, and that is filling a window of time with social media best practices. And tonight, I want to give you a couple of examples of people that are filling up their time with upselling. Then there are some people that are filling up their time with social media. And then there are people that are filling up those windows with both. And it's going to give you kind of a vision. So let's go to work. Now, what I did, I'm going to take a sip of water and take a peek at who's with me. Jackie Fuller, you're around. Jamie Shaw, good to see you. You don't have a coach yet, Jamie. You will, though. Okay. And what I've done is I've actually given some examples. Now, this is a page out of this. If you don't have this yet, you're going to want to get this. This is called the Summit Planner. Because the whole idea of filling up your windows of time, you gotta have a planner, because those who plan to fill up the windows of time before they start their day fill up a hell of a lot more windows than those that just kind of show up every day as happy hopers. I sure hope it's going to be busy today. Do you think it's going to be busy? You know, the people that hang out, they hover at the front desk, and they're waiting for the front desk to kind of like poop out clients so that they're busy. Jackie, if you're there. Susan, the roadmap to success. I know. Desiree, yes. Kate Parker, good to see you. Kate, thank you for all you guys that are coming and joining me. I know you're here because you want me to give you ideas to make big boom boom, and you're ready for, right, the charge. Mike Kramer, good evening. This is awesome. I know it is. Okay, now, I want to get back to this. I've got the first one is, the first one, I'm going to start with level 3 because a lot of people are in that level. Here we go. So I'm going to see if I can make this a visual. Now, I'm going to pull this away for a second to tell you about whose this is. This is really came from 3 or 4 people in the 3rd level. Jill Spada from Shannon Alexander. She's a level 3, right? And she's a 30-something. She's like a sophomore, Gen X, 35. So she's not a millennial. And she's had about 15 years behind the chair. So she's kind of chipping away. And then Chuck, he's also at Shannon Alexander. And then there's a couple of other people I thought I had here too. Maybe it's just Jill and Chuck are my 2 level 3s. And really what I asked them to do, all of them, is send me your favorite ticket. Send me that window of time when it's filled with that one client. It's like a home freaking run, right? And so what they did, and I'm calling that window of time the full meal deal. So for example, in Jill's favorite, she told me it's a $166 ticket. So I'm going to pretend that she's got a $66 ticket coming in tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. And inside that $166 ticket is a retouch glaze. A lot of people love the retouch glazes, as well as chemistry shot. And while the color is processing, they're doing some waxing services on the face. But when you do all the additions on what we're charging for prices, that ticket, according to in Jill's pricing, is around $166, right? Now, it's taking her to do that window of time is, yes, she's taken 2 hours to do it. So whenever Jillski has one of those, and Chuck, you're similar, right? That's a home run. So if you look at her book, she's got one of them today. It's right here, right? So it's already booked. And I put the plan then as R3. And R3 means I'm going to have conversations with this $166 ticket and see if I can get them involved in my retail. I'm going to teach them what I'm doing, teach them what I'm using so they can recreate, get a lot more shelf life out of this $166 investment. And then I'm going to rebook them. That's the next R for the next visit so I can start building more of my base. And depending on how the ride goes, I'm going to even have a conversation with them about referral. Now, there's scripts to have those conversations, and in future programs, we'll give you some scripts. In the meantime, many of you have the book Over the Top, and you know that book is all about scripts for retail, rebook, and referral. Let's see. Chuck, good to have you. Yes, it is very similar. Dana, good to have you. Natalie Ramsey Hanlon, this is the power of 3 is a game changer. You better believe it. Bridget, good to see you. Say hi to all my buds at Summit Salon Academy in Tampa, right? Okay. Now, if I go down here, this is what's interesting. That at 1 o'clock on Jill's book, she has a haircut. And notice I've got the same window of time. It's a 2-hour window. She's got a haircut that's down for 45 minutes. There's nothing after that haircut. So what I put over here, she's going to use a traditional practice and try to upsell. That that's what she was working on. As I'm gonna really get focused, and on the consultation, I'm gonna take a peek at what else can I show them that would help to upsell. And then here it says she's got another opening right after that, but there's nothing to upsell to. It's wide open. So what is she gonna do? Well, she's gonna say, okay, I'm gonna start practicing social media. I'm 35. I'm not as experienced as the millennials are, the 20-year-olds. I'm going to start practicing with taking pictures. I'm going to set up my pages. I'm going to really learn how to navigate Instagram and Facebook. So that's what she's doing with her downtime, right? And then down here, she's got another one. Her last window of time for the day is at 5. It goes from 5 to 7. She's got another one of her full meal deals, her $166 deals. And so if you add up what she has on the front end of the day, it's $370, and she has a plan for this. Now, this would be what I would call the traditional way of trying to fill up a window by upselling. And it works. If you're a 30-something, 40-something, 50-something, and social media is freaking you out a little bit, go ahead and practice upselling. I'm seeing even more and more of that as I'm coaching the salons. 30-something, 40-somethings, and 50-somethings see the 20-somethings using social media. They're not quite, but they're going, you know what? I'll fill up my windows the way I know. I'm going to upsell. I was kind of a little bit complacent on it, and now I'm on my game, right? As a matter of fact, Emily Schmidt, I know you're in the house tonight from Shannon Alexander. I was talking to you. Emily, my buddy Randy Kunkel, did a training program on this very thing at Shannon Alexander's. And Emily, since then, she's a level 4A. Em's already starting to upsell, finding more windows of time in her cram day, and she's already trending a $30,000 increase in business in the next 365 days. So I know that she's on her game. Lindsay, good to see you. Stacy B, Sammy, Dana, good to have you in the house. Are you digging this? I want to keep going because there's a couple of more people I want to. So that would be a level 3 coach. Right? Now, I want to talk about level 4s and 4As because their deals, and I'm talking about Ashley and Amanda from Hair and Body Solutions, because I was with you guys. I took you on retreat a few weeks ago, and we had lunch together, as well as Maggie, who is an L4, level 4. I think you work at Shannon's, don't you, Mag? And at any rate, their problem was, Michael, the good news is I'm booked, okay? But I've got too many haircuts. And I want to create more. I want to do less people and make more money. I want to start shaping my book so that I can start handing over my haircuts and having more windows of time to do chem services. So what they've done is I asked them, send me your favorite window, your service package. And theirs was is a chrome color, a glaze, a refresh, a haircut. And when you do the math on that, it's like $120-ish. And they work on a 2-hour and 15-minute window, but they double book. My buddies that are the 2 examples that I used for level 3, this is straight time book. They didn't have clients while their clients were processing. But people that are level high 2s and 3s and 4s and 4As, they some of these people double book. So inside of that, they were double booking. So they have, for example, they've got the 11 to 115. They have their double booked, what is it, $120 ticket, plus what they charge for that second haircut. They're probably around 160, 170. So that's done. But they've got an opening. They've got actually one opening after that, and they're going to use that opening to see how to use social media to fill that opening rather than to try to upsell somebody else there. And as we go back down here, they got a couple of haircuts here. So it's harder for them to upsell. So again, they're turning to social media to see in the future if they can fill more of these windows. Because when you have guests that come in from social media, it's already sold. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So this is an example of how somebody in the 4th level, 4A, 4AA would think about, the good news is I'm booked, the bad news is I'm booked, I got too many haircuts, I want to see if I can get some new clients that take me up on more chemical services. Now I know I'm going fast and we'll come back later and kind of shore this up, but I want to get you started. How am I doing for time? Oh my God, it's 22 after. I want to make sure that I finish this one up. The last but not least, and this is my friends that are in the first level 1 and level 2, and I've got 3 social media ninjas. I've got Risa Montana Grace from Stilettos. I've got Simone Peterson from Hair and Body Solutions, and I got Rebecca Duncan from Shannon Alexander. And what's really cool about this is their favorite is, and the irony is it's like a $200 ticket, because they're doing some really high-end color work. So we're talking about a single process, root extension, double color, overlays, olaplexes, blazing. It's all straight time, but it's a couple $100, and I think what they're marking out for that. Let me see what the window of time is. I think it's like it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. So you can see here that I've got a $43 haircut. I'm going to try to upsell, but here I've got an open window. I'm going to look at how many windows of time, 2 hour and 15-minute windows of time I have today, tomorrow, the next day, and I'm going to start using this as my weekly window worksheet. I might look at today, tomorrow, the next day. Like this is my daily worksheet, window worksheet. I'm going to look at 3 or 4 as a weekly window worksheet, and I'm going to turn to social media to see how many of these windows I can get filled so I don't have to upsell. They're already upsold, and then I can focus on R3. Like I've already got I got one full meal deal coming in today at 5 o'clock. It's right there. And that's worth $204. Now I'm going to focus on retail, my rebook, my referral. But how can I get more of these to fill in here? So that's the last part of tonight that I want to give you, right? Are you digging this so far? How am I doing for time? I've got about 5 minutes left with you. Let me see if I can get this handled. Here it is. This is the action plan. How do you use social media to fill in your favorite windows, your favorite watts? Here it is. I'm going to give you 6 steps real quick, and then I'm going to show you some examples, and then we're going to have a little contest and have you start working this. Number 1, you're going to want to take a before and after picture of that favorite service package. So if your service package is $200 or $140 or $160, you want to start taking before and after pictures of clients that get that, so that I can tell by looking what you're promoting. You're not promoting a haircut. You're promoting a $200 ride. You're promoting a $150 ride. So you take that picture, right? And then I'm going to call it a picture of your full meal deal, right? And then you list the services inside of that picture. Here are the services that it took to create that look, and you list the openings, the windows of time for today and this week that you're open, or you tell them. And you could just do 1 a day, 2 a day. As a matter of fact, I posted one, and I'm going to see if I can show you on my a picture of this now, because Risa is one of these people that does it really, really well. And I'll show you 2 examples and see if I can and see if you can pick this up. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Can I get this? See, what a beautiful shot of this is the before, this is the after. Now, what you can't see, and it's right here, my finger is on it, it shows what she's, what her opening. She's got a Tuesday, a 3:15 opening for this look. She's got a Wednesday, 8:30 opening. She's got a Friday, and she's got 2 openings for this on Friday. One at 2, one at 5, and she's got a Saturday open at 11:45. So you've got the picture of her $200 package, the services that it takes to create it, and what days and what availability she has. That's really what we're talking about when I say you list the services that they need and the openings. And I just got one before I started the program. Who sent me this? Oh, here it was. Simone sent me this. Simone, you just sent this to me today. It's a picture, and then she has you. It's really hard to see this. I'll put it on my page so you can take a closer look. But she says it's a cut and color availability, and she's listing her openings for today, tomorrow, and the next day. I think she's got like 4 or 5 of it. She's got 4 or 5 inventories of time out of her. And I said, Simone, let me know how many of these fill up. So that's what I mean by what you're posting. Does that make sense? Number 3, I want to keep it cooking. Number 3 is you put your individual watermark, your name on it, because you want people to know that this is your work. Otherwise, they'll steal your looks. Right? And make damn sure that you've got the Salon's icon on there as well. Now you're using the synergy. You're using the synergy of the Salon brand plus yours. And you're going to start practicing. Those of you that this is new, use your framing apps. I'll do a program on my favorite framing apps so that you can download them, right? So then once you do that, here's the biggie. Boost it. That's why Risa Montana Grace, I was asking Chris this, and she said she filled like 5 or 6 $200 openings this week. I said, how'd she do it? Well, she posted it on a business page, and she boosted it. I think she put like a $15 boost on it. I put a minimum of $5 boost, and you can put as much as you want, but do a minimum, because the boost is what's pouring nitroglycerin on your bonfire. And if you don't understand boosting, have some conversations. I'll explain that more and more. Or you can pick up, I just had a conversation with somebody called Social Media Best Practices. You can order this on summitsalon.com as well. And so those of you that are new and you're going, what the heck's he talking about? Boosting, business page. So I'm being a little bit more advanced tonight, but I think you can handle it. Are you going to have this on your YouTube? Our signal is breaking up. Yeah, I will, Mike. Don't worry. But yeah, all of this will be on Summit YouTube. And then the biggie, that when you're going to get likes, you follow up on the likes. So you thank people for liking the work, and you give them, I call it an incentivized invite. Right? Thanks for looking. As a matter of fact, somebody just sent one in to me. When was it? Before we went on. Here it is. And what they said was, and I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to be posting all of this on my OTT page. So there you go. I'm trying to get it, but you can't read it. Let me read it to you. Hey, so-and-so, I saw you recently liked a photo of mine. If you ever need any assistance with your hair needs, you're welcome to pay me a visit. You can show this pic, my referral card, and it'll knock off $20 on your first visit. And he actually put a little flyer inside of his post as well. This got him, how many referrals did it get him? Jennifer B., you were telling me, what was it? 24 referrals this month from something like this. So to me, it's not about just the referrals. You filled in 24 windows of time this month because you not only boosted the work, but you send an incentivized invite. And then last but not least, you're going to want to measure what you treasure on your tracking app. You use your tracking app, so when I ask you how many windows of time did this fill, you can tell me these are the windows of time. This is the tracking app. So I can, it's like, you can tell me, well, I had 20 windows that sold from this post. This is how much more money I made. And you using the tracking app. And oh, by the way, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you. The Android is on the Android store. Spread the word. So if you go on the store, you can begin to download. I don't want to promote that too much because I wanted to make sure we were stable. We have about 10 or 15 that I think were downloaded. We didn't have any problems. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed so that doesn't happen. So those are the 6 ways that you post to raise the probability that you start filling in your windows of time with social media. Isn't that cool? Now, I'm going to have a little contest. I want you to use this. If you send me what you're posting and you send me the results, I'm going to have a little contest. In the winner, I'm going to do some private Facebook Lives just for your salon. I did like 2 or 3 of them this week. I did one for Dawn at Hair and Body Solutions, and I did one for Shannon Woosley at Shannon Alexander. And so I'm just starting to do that. Like some of you guys got these private Facebook pages or these secret Facebook pages, and then you're making me a member, and then I can talk to you and drop you little messages and all that stuff. So anyway, how am I doing? Oh my God, we spend way too much time. But it probably was the best yet. I know I gave you a lot of content, so re-listen to this and rewatch it. I'll leave it on my Facebook OTT page, and then I'll put it on Summit Salon's YouTube channel. Terry Boyd, good to have you. And Terry's back there going, download it. It's free. I bet you're talking about either the Droid or you're talking about doing it on the App Store. Shannon going download, so excited. I know you are, Shannon. Shauna, you've been waiting for it. Terry J, yes, it's called, what's it called again? The Summit Salon tracking app, or just dial in, search Summit Salon, and you'll find the app. Will you post a picture of that list? What do you mean? Oh, this list back here? Would you like me to do that? Okay, yeah, I will. I'll post all. How about if I do this? Everything I showed tonight, I'll post on my OTT page. You have to do me a favor, though. I need you to start sharing this. I want to get my like base to 100,000. It's like once you get there, we can do things that I can't do. And I think we're at like 35,000. So help me out, will you? I need your help. My buddies and I are going to start having some contests for those of you that are sharing this and getting some of your other, it's called, what do they call? Pay it forward, for goodness sake. This is the single hottest thing on Facebook Live. What I'm giving is profound wisdom. It'll make your income go. Summit Salon tracking app. That's it, Lindsay. Yes. Kayla, good to see you. Cher Harris, that would be awesome. Wonderful. I'll do all this. It's time to go. Did you like it? I loved it too, man. I love hanging around with you guys. I'm going to end this deal the way I always do with my favorite guy. He's my hero. Here it is. Good to see ya. Have a great ride. I'll see you for sure next Thursday. I might even do a couple of surprise, quick Facebook Lives, and I might even do a few privates to just keep you going. So have a good ride. Shannon Woosley, you're welcome. It's good to see you again. I love all you guys. Bye.